What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Monday, July 31st, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton if you're looking for my best bets. The games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Let's get into the home run prop action for Monday. I'm going to do it a little bit different today. We want to switch it up a little bit. It's only a 10-game card. We'll probably get back to our normal format for Tuesday, depending on how this works out. Maybe we'll see. We only got a couple more months of baseball, and we'll have to start switching up to a shorter format with playoff baseball. Only a couple months away, but what we are going to do today is we're going to just look at a few sort of same-game parlays, games that or player props. You don't necessarily have to play all of them, but certain angles I'm looking at for certain games, and at the end of the show I will have this isn't going to happen every day because I don't normally parlay these home run props myself all the time, but I will give you guys a 3-leg home run prop parlay. Also going to show everybody the benefits of doing a round robin, and I really like this parlay for today, so make sure that you stay tuned. But before we get into the props, I got to do my normal disclaimer. These home run props are very high risk, high reward. They are plays I don't recommend dumping your whole bankroll into. They're just plays that are there for some side action on the side. Side action with just for some coffee money or some pizza money on the side. Nothing to go too crazy on. I do give out a lot of home run props here, so you don't have to play every single prop that I'm going to give out, but the ones that you do play for me, I recommend playing straight up. But we'll touch on it later on. Any parlay that you do at 3 legs or more, because I know a lot of people like to parlay these home run props. Any parlay that's 3 legs or greater, I recommend doing a round robin, and I will show you what that is later on if you're not aware. And if you are, well, again, you're just along for the ride with me on this one. But basically, it's going to give you a safety net. It's going to drive up the cost of the bet, yes. But again, if you hit 2 out of 3, because how many times have we all had that one leg of our parlay that's messed us up, and instead of having a parlay with a round robin safety net where we still get paid on 2 out of 3, that parlay unfortunately falls by the wayside and we don't get paid. So yes, it's going to drive up the cost of the bet, but you'll also get paid if you hit 2 out of 3, and you'll make some nice profit back more often than not, depending on the odds of what you're playing. But let's take a look at the home run props that we did hit for Sunday's action. We were fairly back end loaded with these home run props. We had a decent enough day with them, but it was definitely came at, I would say, at the beginning of the day for the most part. And it started pretty much in this Braves and Brewers match where there were a ton of runs. This is where we did the majority of our damage. Marcell Ozuna coming through at plus 325. Matt Olson coming through at plus 200. Austin Riley coming through at plus 320. Christian Yelich coming through at plus 380. I lean towards Carlos Santana as well. We're not going to count it, but I did want to say that for people that are like, oh, you don't remember he got traded. Well, I remember he got traded, and of course, the time I put a lean in on him, he's going to hit a home run. But and we also caught Brandon Lau at plus 510 as our biggest payer on the board. But before we get into the home run props, I want to remind everybody, I love interacting with you guys. So, let me know in the comments down below. Do you like the angle I took on some of these games? Do you not like the angle? Do you have player props of your own? Drop them in the comments section down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts, but I ask if you're going to do that. Let me know in the comments before the game start. If they're not in there before the game start, they don't help anybody. And we're trying to beat the books as a team here. One team, one goal at Pickdawgz. And that goal every single day is to make sure that we get paid. So definitely drop them in there before the game starts, and let's crush the books together as we finish July strong and head into August with a nice bankroll. But let's get into it. What we're going to do is we're going to just take a look at, like I said, a couple of games and sort of highlight a couple of plays I like, and sort of just give you a quick synopsis of why I like these plays. And we're just going to do them game by game and just have a graphic for you so you can see them all at once. First one we're going to go with is this matchup between the Jays and the Orioles. High-profile game in the AL East. And I'm going to go with 3 different plays here. I'm going to go with these are just plays that I recommend playing standalone. You could do a same-game parlay if that's sort of what you're into. But the plays that I like here, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up at the top there. He's hitting 269 with a pair of home runs against righties in the last week. And Kyle Gibson starting for the Orioles. 7 of his 11 home runs that he's given up have come on the road. I think the Jays come out to play in this one. I think Vladimir Guerrero Jr. rises up and gets us a nice payday here. And it's not often you're going to get Vlad at plus 480. So definitely, make sure you give him a look there. The other one I like, Whit Merrifield at plus 700. This is a guy that's hitting 588 with a pair of home runs against righties in the last week, and I get it. A bulk of that .588 average are coming from just contact hits like singles. But again, he's shown that he can actually develop some power there as well with that pair of home runs. So I would look at Whit Merrifield for some value. And also Matt Chapman at a decent price here, plus 430. He's hitting 286 with a pair of home runs and 4 extra base hits total against right-handed pitching in the last week. So I would look at Matt Chapman in there as well. Now we'll go to this matchup between the Braves and the Angels. Look for a stack here as well. Stack of Braves, but it's a lot of familiar names. If you've been watching this home run prop show, you know, teams tend to run hot and cold, and when they're hot, they're going to usually find their way on here more often than not, especially, you know, when you're hitting righties as well as the Braves have been. We're going to go with 3 Braves. We're going to start with Austin Riley at plus 320. You know, he's hitting 346, 3 home runs, 4 extra base hits in the last week against right-handed pitching. Griffin Canning has allowed a home run in 5 of his last 7 starts. 8 total home runs in that stretch. I think Olsen could tag him here. I would also look at Marcell Ozuna at plus 325. He's hitting 261 with 3 homers, 5 extra base hits against righties in the last week. So give me Marcell Ozuna at plus 325. And Matt Olson at plus 230. Came through for us as multiple Braves did on Sunday. He's hitting 273 with 3 home runs against righties in the last week against right-handed pitching as well. So Riley, Ozuna, and Olson for the Braves for home runs at plus 320, 325, and 230 respectively. And before everybody asks, I know there's a particular Angel that a lot of people might consider here. Don't worry, I've got you covered. No spoilers, but just saying. Now we're going to move on to this stack between the Rockies and the Padres. A couple bats I like here. I think this is a bit of an odd matchup, but for the Rockies, I think the only Rocky that you might hear me mention long term, if at all, the rest of the way, if we're going to talk about any Rockies, is going to be Ryan McMahon. He just really feels like the only Rockies bat for power that's left after the Rockies traded away Randall Grichuk and CJ Cron. I know guys like Nolan Jones and Chris Bryant are still there, but you know, he's still hitting 444, McMahon is, with a home run, 3 extra base hits against righties in the last week. He also homered off of Seth Lugo in the first meeting this season. Lugo, he has allowed 5 home runs in his last 3 starts, including 3 in his last pair of road starts, so I would take McMahon here at Coors Field. For the Padres, start with Gary Sanchez. He's clubbing lefties, he's hitting 308 with a pair of home runs against lefties since the All-Star break, and since the Padres picked him up, Sanchez has been used more as a lefty specialist. He's been hitting left-handed pitching fairly well. Austin Gomber starting for the Rockies here. While he has been better in some of his recent outings, I still think he can get tagged here. So I would take Gary Sanchez at plus 310. And I'd also look at Manny Machado at plus 295. You know, he's hitting 333 with a pair of home runs against lefties since the All-Star break. So Manny Machado worth a look for me there as well. And again, all these stacks that I've given out, you know, like I said, you're welcome to play them as same game parlays. Or if you see plays here that you like, that you just want to parlay up yourself to individual plays, by all means do that as well. But these are all plays that I think should also be played, again, as straight individual bets. Now, before we get into the much-awaited parlay and round robin, I think this is also a catalog spot. One more game I wanted to talk about. Catalog spot in this matchup between the Guardians and the Astros. You know, this is just it's a perfect spot for me for the Astros against Noah Syndergaard, who hasn't made a major league start in a month and a half. Last time we did see him was in a 3-game rut where he allowed 17 runs in 15 innings, 6 home runs in that 3-game stretch. I don't know what the Mets the Dodgers are doing. I'm still stuck on Rosario with the Mets, but I don't know what the Guardians are doing, trading away Ahmed Rosario and taking back Noah Syndergaard. I no idea. But I think guys like Yainer Diaz are in play. Diaz has hit 400 with 3 homers in the last week against righties. Alex Bregman hitting 417 with a home run, a pair of extra base hits in the last week. Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve all in play as well. Maybe even Kyle Tucker and Chas McCormick. When I say that you could make a case for almost any Astro in this game, I genuinely mean that. Now, the Guardians, on the other hand, I have a harder time with, as JP France has been really good for the Astros in his last few outings. The Guardians still dead last as a team with 58 home runs against right-handed pitching in 2023. So kind of why I stayed away from the Guardians in that one. But without further ado, let's get into what everybody's probably been waiting for and what some people hope that they'll tune in for when they see the home run prop show, even though it's, again, not something I always do. We're going to do a home run parlay. And again, you see right underneath, we're going to round robin this by twos. At least I am. Do with that what you will. And I'll show you the breakdown of those parlays after we give out the picks here. But the first leg of the parlay, we're going to go to this Rays and Yankees match. We're going to go back to Brandon Lau, plus 370. He's hitting 391 with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last week. Domingo Germán has stunk it up in a lot of his recent games. He's posted a 7.12 ERA in his last 7 starts, 5 home runs in his last 3 starts, including 11 runs in his last 2 outings alone. So I would take Brandon Lau at plus 370. Second leg of the parlay, actually I should probably just leave that up. Second leg of the parlay, Christian Yelich at plus 430. Jake Irvin starting for the Nationals, and while he has been decent in spots, he's still allowed a home run in 6 straight starts, including 5 in his last 2 home starts and 7 in the 4 home starts in that run. The splits, they line up here as well. Irvin allowed 10 of his 13 home runs at home this season. Of the 13 home runs as well, 9 have come against left-handed bats like Yelich, who is hitting 296 with a pair of home runs and 3 extra base hits against righties in the last week. So give me Christian Yelich at plus 430. And I'm also going to take Shohei Ohtani at plus 310. I don't think that you're going to get prices like this on Shohei Ohtani for much, the rest of the way if he keeps hitting like this. He just feels like the lone consistent offensive production option for the Angels. He's hitting 389 with 4 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last week. Now, Charlie Morton starting for the Braves here hasn't allowed a whole lot by way of home runs, but Ohtani, he has taken much better pitcher than Morton Yard this season. So I'll take Shohei Ohtani for the last leg of the parlay at plus 310. Now, I talked about the parlay odds, or excuse me, the 3-leg parlay here. I'll give you the odds for the parlay in just a second, but let's highlight the round robin. So basically what you're going to do if you're going to do a round robin here, if your book doesn't give you an option to automatically do the round robin for you, you're just going to take the 3 legs here and play each combination of 2. So you'll put a bet on Brandon Lau and Christian Yelich for a parlay, Lau and Ohtani for a parlay, and Yelich and Ohtani for a parlay. So 3 different bets to add to the 1 3-game parlay as well. So 4 total bets. But what we're going to do is look at the round robin odds. So if you played Lau and Yelich by itself as just a 2-leg parlay, $1 going to pay you $23.85. You're looking at a plus $22.85 parlay on that one alone. $1 pays $23.85. $5 pays almost $115, and $10 pays just shy of $239. If you parlay Lau and Ohtani, that parlay is going to pay around just over plus $1,800. $1 is going to pay you $19.27. $5 going to pay you $91.35, and $10 going to pay you $192.70. And the Yelich and Ohtani parlay, $19.91, probably a favorite of mine, for a specific reason. That'll pay you almost $21 on $1. $5 is going to pay you $104, and $10 going to pay you $209.10. And there's, like I said, that's where sort of the round robin element comes into this. Is just, you get the benefit of having sort of that safety net and being able to, like I said, give yourself, an ability to hit 2 out of 3 legs in the event that, something gets messed up or one of these guys doesn't come through. But let's move on to the parlay odds and look at how this is going to affect you. So a 3-leg parlay, if you cash just the 3-leg parlay, we're looking at around a plus almost 9,800 parlay. $1 is going to pay you $98.28. $5 is going to pay you $486.38. $10 is going to pay you $982.80. Adjust that accordingly to your bet size and how you like to bet these home run props. But here's where it comes into play with the round robin. If you hit this 3-leg parlay and you have the round robin, not only do you give yourself a safety net in case you go 2 out of 3, but if the 3-leg parlay hits, you win each of the 2-leg parlays as well. And that's where this kind of gets interesting. So $1 3-leg parlay with the round robins, so it's going to cost you $4 in total, but all of a sudden you go from $98.28 to $162.31. A $5 bet per bet. $20 in total, it's going to pay you over $800. If you bet $10 on every parlay, it's going to be a $40 total bet, so $10 times the 4 bets pays you $1,632.10. Again, these odds could vary depending on your sports book or depending on when you place this bet. But for right now, at the time this video is being recorded, that is what the parlay is going to pay out, and what the parlay will pay out if you round robin everything by 2 as well. So one more look at the parlay. We've got Brandon Lau at plus 370, Christian Yelich at plus 430, and Shohei Ohtani at plus 310. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Hope you guys like this different format today. Maybe we'll throw it in once in a while when we have a smaller card, or if there's just not a lot of action on the board that I like. So that way, you guys still get a lot of value out of this home run prop show. But if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Really appreciate all the love and supports. Thank you for that help. If you can give us a thumbs up on our content, it really, really helps. Doesn't cost you a cent, and lets me know that you guys like this home run prop content as well. And if you haven't already, make sure your notifications are turned on. Thankfully for Monday, we have all primetime action, so it gave me a little bit of time to wait for lines to percolate, for some information to come in, maybe some starting pitching that we were waiting on, or for the odds to develop. But there are times where we don't have that luxury, like sort of midweek and on the weekend. So it doesn't always leave a whole lot of time between when the video is released and first pitch, but if you have notifications on, you get notified as soon as the video drops. You get those best bets, and you just get to kick back and watch the money roll in with these home run props. And while you're looking for best bets, again, if you're looking for those, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. And I can't stress this enough. We get these, and I didn't touch on this, so that's my bad, but we get these graphics straight from the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays. The purpose of the show to not just give you guys free pick winners. That is the main idea, but it's also to show you what the benefits of using the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays can do. They show you the player prop. They show you how often it hits, which book is giving you the best price. If you don't have an account with that book, then you can sign up as a new customer. You'll get a bonus offer to play that book, to play that price. And you can also add to your advantage, which the books can't take away, which is your ability to shop lines, find that best possible price, that best possible number. Other tools there for like hot and cold streaks, parlay builders, profitable teams, angles, underdogs, you name it. The list goes on and on. I promise you, check out those tools. You're not going to find them anywhere for 100% free like we're giving to you at Pickdawgz. If you find anything remotely close, you're not getting them for free. So check them out. They do the heavy lifting for you. With everyone having a different betting style, there's something for everybody, I can assure you of that. But thank you guys so much for watching, for sticking with me to this point. Let's crush the books on Monday, and let's cash some winners.